Viking raids in Scotland have left their mark on the archaeological record, providing us with valuable evidence of their presence and activities in the region. However, uncovering and identifying specific events can be a challenging task due to various factors. One of the primary challenges in identifying Viking raids through archaeological evidence is the compression of centuries of history in excavation sites. The events of a single day can be difficult to discern when layers of soil hold the remnants of different time periods. This makes it challenging to pinpoint the exact moments of Viking raids and understand their full extent. Furthermore, out of the early monasteries excavated in Scotland, only a few have evidence of destruction events that can be attributed to Viking raids. These destruction events can include burned structures and damaged artifacts. However, confirming that these are indeed the result of Viking raids can be a complex task. Alternative explanations must be considered, such as rival Christian communities attacking each other or accidental fires in timber-built structures. Moreover, Viking-era artifacts found in Scotland often show signs of reuse and modification. For example, bucket mounts and circular discs made of silver, bronze, and gold might have originally come from Christian contexts. They could have been parts of book shrines or religious objects. This challenges the assumption that all such items were exclusively brought back by male raiders as bride wealth. Instead, they may have been repurposed and used to convey status or symbolism within the local population. Another interesting aspect is that some Viking-era objects, like ornate circular discs, tend to be found in female graves. This suggests that their significance goes beyond their role as bride wealth. Rather, they may have held cultural and symbolic importance within the local population, perhaps indicating a higher status for the women buried with them. It is also important to consider that not all of the material found in Scotland may have been looted by Viking raiders. Some objects may have been exchanged as tribute or as part of marriage alliances. This could explain why certain objects have survived intact. By examining the nature and context of these objects, researchers can gain insights into the diplomatic and economic relationships between the Vikings and the local population. Hoards, which are collections of precious metalwork and other valuables intentionally buried for safekeeping, can also provide valuable evidence of Viking raids. These hoards often contain objects from both local and foreign sources and can shed light on the anxieties and interactions of the time. The Talnotry hoard, for example, is an example of such a hoard. It contains a mixture of objects from different regions and periods, including exotic coins and a decorated lead weight. Its contents suggest connections to the Viking Great Heathen Army, which ravaged England in the 9th century. While archaeological evidence is crucial in understanding Viking raids in Scotland, it is also important to consult historical accounts and records. These can provide valuable clues and context to the presence and activities of Viking groups in the region. By combining archaeological findings with historical records, researchers can develop a more comprehensive understanding of these complex historical events. In conclusion, archaeological evidence offers valuable insights into Viking raids in Scotland. However, it requires careful interpretation and consideration of alternative explanations. By examining artifacts, hoards, historical records, and their context, researchers can piece together the puzzle of Viking raids and interactions in the region. This multidisciplinary approach allows us to develop a more nuanced understanding of these historical events and their significance.